Hi, good day there, and welcome. Welcome to this brief demo video of our latest release of our farm manager template. Yeah, this is the pro version. Yes, this is a complete um, tracking system for finances, crops, feed, and animals. Now you'll see that I know that some of the farmers already have the basic version, so which also looked at things like crops and finances. But this particular pro version, includes everything that is in the basic version plus the following. Now you can weigh and track your animal weight for stud animals as well as for non-stud animals. You can also do a daily animal attendance register, like a roll call, so that you can know which animal came home to drink or for a lick at what particular date. And then you will also see that it will include a feed and lick usage, which will also have automatic cost calculations. We will also briefly look at that in brief detail. And then also it will also give you monthly feed cost summaries by year, as well as warnings for any overdue or missing data. Let's say, for example, now when it comes to the animal weight tracking system, sometimes, especially for farmers who are farming with stud animals, there are those compulsory weight intervals. Yes, let's say, for example, you take the weight of the animal at birth, you take after 200 days, you take at 400 days. So when any of those are overdue, then the system will also give you a warning. Or if that date is nearing, it's coming closer, it will also give you an indication. And the system is, as with the previous version, it is also safe, it's guided, and it's also very, very easy to use. So it's designed for farmers who want accurate records, who want better planning, and full visibility of their farm operations. So, of course, it has been created by Trendz Creationz, and that is our contact details. So we put together um, any template for you, whether it's for finances, whether it's for business, whatever it is, whether it's for personal management and whatever it is, you just let us know what you want your system to do for you, and we'll put it together. Now you will see. Let me just quickly go to the version one. Of course, with the version one, we have also this is our first version that came out, but with two or three facelifts. It's basically just the same, as apart from the fact that we've also added horses tab because of inquiries by the farmers. So now we don't only have four animal types, we have added a fifth one, which is horses, and we've also just given a little bit of a facelift to the animal distribution chart here as well. Now it looks even more better and more appealing, but otherwise everything remains the same. But what we have also added is the direct contact to the NAMLET's website and portal. It is also now, when you click here, it will take you straight to the NAMLET portal. It will open it. There it is. So, and then you go in there and you do what you do. All right. So um, so that is our basic version. It's basically just the same, and you will see that the tabs go all the way up to the health records. That's the last tab that we have. But then you will see that when we go to our pro version, when you look at the tabs, it goes apart from the health records. We have also added the weight tracker. We have added the daily attendance log. We have added the feeds and licks usage. We have added the monthly feed cost. So we'll briefly look at some of these functionalities. only for the pro version. If you haven't looked at the video or the demo video for the basic version, I will leave a link in the description below, and then you can go and watch that video there, because we don't want to make this video super long with things that we have already looked at in previous videos. Now, when you look at the dashboard, it's practically also basically just the same as the other version. So you'll see here now it's indicating, because we have one cattle on the system, and we have also got one goat on the system. That's what is being displayed there. But everything else is just the same as the basic version. So what I actually want us to get into, I quickly want us to see the weight tracker. Now, the weight tracker system basically is, first of all, before you can come and put the animal in for weight tracking. Let's say, for example, now you got an animal that you want whose weight you want to monitor. The very first thing that you need to do before you can even come to the weight tracker is that the animal must be registered in the system first. So you will see here that the animals are recorded by animal ID. So, but when you click here, you'll see that there will be a drop-down list. So here we have only got this animal here. So it's the only one that is recorded. Let's just quickly go back there and see at the dashboard. But we see here on the dashboard that there are two. We've got a goat, we've got cattle. So let's go quickly see why only one animal is appearing on the weight tracker. So we see the weight tracker. When you want to look up the animal ID, it is only showing up the one for D232. So let's go see which one is that. Let's go to the cattle first. D232 is the cattle. So let's go at the goat and see. Most probably it will be because we haven't completely registered the goat. We've only put in the gender, and the system picked it up, but we did not put a unique animal ID, so it's not fully registered. But let's go and make sure. And it is just as we thought, that it only has the gender in, but then we do not have a unique animal ID. So let's put in an ID for the goat. That's the unique animal ID for the goat. And now we can go back to the weight tracker. And when we look it up, now we see that there is a new addition. All right. So there will be a space here. The space is basically just to indicate that one type of animal has ended, and now this is another type of animal. So the cattle has ended there, so it will be a long list, maybe a long list, and then there will be a space, and then the goats will start, and then a space. So because this is pulling the animal ID of every animal that is registered on the system. All right. So you cannot put, let's say, for example, another ID there, which is not registered on the system, because then it will tell you that that animal ID is not registered on the system. Register the animal in the relevant registration tab first. All right. So you cannot just come and enter anything here that is not on the system. So everything where your animal ID is needed, that animal was supposed to have been registered on the respective register first, whether it's a cattle tab, the goats tab, and all right. So we see then now that, okay, we've got this animal, and it tells you that it's already a male, and maybe that was, you can say it's a Brahman. And then the date of birth, it tells you that please enter the date in the following format. So it was born on January 23rd, 2025, 2025, right? So, 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 the birth weight was, let's say, for example, maybe how much do those things weigh? 10, maybe. Let's put a 10. No, man. Let's put maybe a 25. Let's put a 20. Let's put a 20. Right. So 20 kg at birth. And now already you see here that it tells you that today the 200 days have passed, but you haven't taken, you haven't put in the weight at 200 days. Remember that this particular table is where you are going to record your stud animals. All right. So the animals whose weight you really want to monitor. The other animals, if you want to, which are not stud animals, you can come and record them here, and they don't have any compulsory dates and stuff that you need to adhere to. Yeah. So yeah, and then we go back here. All right. So and that is what happens. That is what happens. You enter it in there, but the moment when you enter it, and maybe you say it was at 150 kg, then that warning goes away. So you will see that for the blue table, you will get two different reminders. This color, it will tell you that this particular date or whatever date is applicable is 30 days or less away. So you need to start preparing to go weigh the animal. But when the compulsory weighing is overdue, it will give you the red. All right. So, and then that's how you go. And then all these other things are auto-calculated. It tells you that this animal is now 361 days old. On the 11th of August, the date was 200 days. It was 400 days, or it will be 400 days in the 27th of February, and so the performance will kick in. It will tell you that it's not assessed because the expected weight you need to come in, put in. Let's say, for example, now the day when you put in your the birth weight. Now you also want to come and put in the expected date. I mean the expected weight after 200 days. So at 200 days, maybe you want that that animal to weigh 156. Then it will tell you that no. The last date, the last weight that was added in is below target. And then after 400 days, maybe you want it to weigh 350, as an example. So, but then at 400 days, it actually weighs 400 kg. So then now it will tell you that it is on track. All right, it is on track. All right, so that's the performance of the animal when it comes to the weight. It will depend on the expected weight that you put in here. What is the expected weight that you expect it to have or to weigh? And then it will also now pull in the actual weight that you are putting in at 200, and then it will let you know whether that animal is on track or whether it's underperforming. Now these are, as I said, for the non-stud animals that if you want to just keep your animal weight records, maybe you bring it in, you whatever, for whatever reason you want to record the weight. So that's about it when it comes to the weight of the animals. Now the daily attendance log is very, very simple and straightforward. What you basically do is you just put in the date in there, and then you pull the animal ID again, and then you confirm that you have seen the animal physically. Yeah, and then you put it in there, and if there are any notes concerning that animal, maybe it looks this, it whatever notes that you want to put in there. All right, and then we go to the feeds and licks usage. Now, with every feed, all the licks and all the feeds that are purchased must be registered in this register. So, but the very first thing that you do is when you go and you purchase your 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 lick or your feed, it is first of all very important to go to the expenses step and to actually um, record it as an expense first. You record the money, the date, the transaction. I bought this, that leak, whatever. Where did I buy it? The unit price, how many bags, and then you get the total that you paid, so that the system can also calculate your income and your expenses. All right. So you've got your income tab here, you've got your expenses tab here. So every movement of money in and out, you make sure that you record it. But we've looked at this in the demo video of the basic tool. So, but after having recorded the expense, the purchase that you did, you now come to the to the feeds and leaks, and you register that leak there. If you haven't registered the leak in there, you cannot monitor its usage. All right. So you need to register every leak that you or every feed that you buy. So the feed ID would be maybe a short code that is on that paper that is on the back, whether it's the serial number or whatever, or I don't know how, whatever ID that you can put in there, and then you put in the name in here, and you put the type, what type of leak or feed is it? Is it for protein? Is it mineral? Is it for energy? Or is it just for basic maintenance? For what season is it? Dry, wet, or all year round? The intended use, is it for growth? Is it for maintenance or for breeding purposes? The animal class is for which animals that you are going to use it for. Yeah, so, and then in what form is it? Is it a block like salt? Is it meal, or is it pellets? And then you record also the crude protein. That is now the nutritional information on the leaflet. You put in the protein percentage, and then the recommended intake. That is now the kilogram per day per animal. They would also probably also put it in there. But if not, if they haven't put it in there, what you could maybe also do is you could go to the feeds tab. Let's say, for example, maybe you go to that one, and then you look now. There is now the protein is this, the this is this. So we've also got the different feeds here on the feeds tab. So you can also get that information there if you can't find it on the back itself. All right. So let's go back. And then what you do is also you put in the supplier brand, you put in the bag weight, and then the cost per bag. So this is now to help the system to help you calculate the cost per bag. All right. So it's not going to multiply as an expense as it did in the expenses. It's not going to say one bag cost this, that. So this is going to be the cost per kg. So the cost per bag is going to be taken in consideration. The animals, the recommended intake is going to be taken into consideration, so that it can calculate the cost per bag for you. And then if you have any notes that you want to put in there, you also put them in there, and then the date that you purchased it. Now, when it comes to, let's say, for example, now let's register. Okay, that's that. The feed leak name is Protos. Whatever. What type is it? It's a protein. It's for all year round. The intended usage is for maintenance. Animal class, I'm gonna use it for the winners. The form, it's in the form of pellets, crude protein percentage, 0.8. Recommended intake, the kg per day per animal. We then say half a kg half a kg per day per animal. All right, and then the supplier brand is Feedmaster. It's a 50 kg bag, and the bag cost me 350, and then it will tell you that the cost per kg is $7. All right, cost per kg is $7. Then no notes, and then the date that I purchased this was January 15th, 2026. Right. So I have now registered that leak or that feed after having registered it in the expense journal. All right. Now, when I come here, I say today I want to give it to the animal. So today is first is the 19th, 2026. All right. And then the feed ID, you cannot also just put in anything you want, because it is going to tell you there is no feed or leak with that ID registered. So you need to go to the ones that you registered. You say, okay, it's this one. So it will tell you the name is Protos. It's applicable for camp number 2 animals. Animal reference, group name or animal ID. So it's for which animal ID or for which group name. So now here you need to put in if it's for an individual animal or if it's for a group. So maybe because this one we left it to your discretion to actually put in, to type in the animal ID yourself. So let's say, for example, maybe JD123. Let's just say it's an animal that is registered, but here you're going to use the actual one. The reference type is for an individual animal. Now, number of animals is 1. The quantity issued, I have issued, let's say, for example, 5 kg. All right, or maybe let's say, for example, 4 kg. Intended for 4 days, intended for 8 days, but the actual days that it lasted, it actually lasted for 6 days. All right, so that is now after it is finished. I then come and put in here that how long did that last. All right, so now it tells you that the average intake per animal per day is 0.6, and that is a high intake. It's a high intake because the recommended intake is 0.5. All right, and it tells you that the duration, it's as planned, so it gives a gap of roughly 2 days, 3 days. So even if it's within 2 or 3 days, it's still within as planned. All right, so any observations, you put them in there, and then it tells you that the total cost that it cost you to feed this animal this feed, it cost you $28. All right, and yeah, and that's about it. That's about it. So, but when you'll see here that if we remove the animal feed, the feed ID, then it will tell you that feed ID is required. So you need to put in the feed ID because it needs that to measure the total cost. All right, so you need that feed ID in there, otherwise your things are not going to be complete. So then if that's blank, then you know all is good. All right, so that's the feeds and leaks. And then to look at the monthly feed cost, now you will see here that this is a summary of the feed cost, the actual cost that your feed has cost you. So you'll see that we only have one record, that's in January. So in January, it cost you $28 to feed your animals. All right, not to purchase, but to feed your animals, it costs you $28. And then here you can toggle the year. If 2027, you see there's nothing. So let's say, for example, now you are in 2027, and you can go back to 2026, and then here's the list. This is the total cost for the specific year and month. So this is only for January. All right. So if we are going to take, let's say, February, then it will tell you that you still have Protos, but for February it costed you nothing because you haven't given it. You see, there's no record of for February. It's not going to remove this because this leak is in your system. All right, but you haven't given it out yet for February. So this is basically, in short, the upgrades that make this whole thing, this whole Pro version, a much better option than the basic version. So that's about it. That's about it. If you've got any questions as to anything concerning this, feel free to reach out to us. You have our contact numbers. Our contact numbers are here. You've got our contact numbers here. You've got the email, the website. There's a contact form there also. Yeah, and then we will sort anything out that you might be having an issue with. But this is the upgraded version of our farm manager template. Yeah. So thank you so much for your time. This is already 30 minutes in. I didn't want this thing to be so long, but yeah, there we go.